Andy Johnson here, Minnesota State University, here to tell you about phonemic awareness, phonological awareness, and phonics. First of all, a phoneme is the smallest unit of sound in a spoken word. English has about 41 to 44 phonemes. Now, a few words, such as a, o, have only one phoneme, but most words have more. Phonemic awareness, then, is the ability to notice, think about, or work with individual sounds in the spoken word. This is an important pre-reading skill for preschoolers, kindergarten, and even first grade. Okay? For example, students are aware or able to combine or blend sounds within a word. K, a, t, cat. What sounds do you hear in the word k, a, t, cat? K, a, t. Those are phonemes. There are 3 phonemes in the word cat. K, a, t, cat. All right? Some simple activities for developing phonemic awareness. Don't need no stinking worksheets for these. These are fun, simple, and they are research-based. First one, stretching words. Sam, s, a, m, Sam, tr, a, k, truck, truck. All right? And start using students' names, and you can move on to familiar things. Have fun with that. You can stretch your bodies as you're stretching words. Make it more multimodal. Clapping syllables. Again, simple, but it works. Pre-reading skill. Pat, Mike, Bill E, Molly, Augustus, Edwina. All right? Start with students' names. Put a dot behind their name so it's multimodal. They can see, they can hear, and they do at the same time. You can move on to familiar things then as well. Animals, games, sports, whatever. Super duper 1, 2, 3, will you say your name with me? You're limited only by your imagination and creativity. A couple of other simple phonemic awareness activities. Phoneme blending. Children listen to a sequence of separately spoken phonemes and then combine the phonemes to form a word. For example, the teacher says, what word is b, b, e, g, b, e, g, big, big? Second one, phoneme categorization activity. Children recognize the word in a set of 3 or 4 words that sounds odd. One of these words is not like the other. One of these words just doesn't belong. All right? For example, which word doesn't belong here? B-un, b-us, or rug? Bun, bus, rug. Okay? Number 5. What is the same? Children learn to recognize the same sound in different words. What's the same here, boys and girls? Fix, fall, fun. Do you hear something the same? And again, these are meant to be simple games, 2 minutes to 10 minutes in duration at the most. Incidental types of learning, all right? And number 6, phonemic isolation activity. Children learn to recognize and identify individual sounds in a word. For example, what's the first sound in the word van? What sound do you hear there? Children, what is the last sound in the word big? G, g. What is that sound that you hear there? All right? Real simple riddles. These are just some of the ideas. The second thing we're going to talk about is the alphabetic principle, and we got to have names for things. That simply is knowing that speech sounds, each one has its own distinctive graphic representation. You are aware or know of the letter-sound relationship. And it's ideal to teach this in the context of real books. For example, you're reading a book about bunny. Point at the page and say, where's the b word? Do you see a b word here? And again, preschool, kindergarten, excellent activities. Or reading books at home with your children. B. What sound is that? Where's a word that begins with the b sound? And phonics is a form of instruction that uses letter cues. You develop letter-sound relationships in order to recognize words. It's an important part of reading instruction. However, it should not be the only part. And most people think since that is a tool, that should be the only tool in the toolbox. And that's where we get into this discussion about whole language versus skill-based. Skills-based says phonics is the only tool that you use. Whole language says we have 6 ways to recognize words. 1 versus 6, I'd rather have 6. Off on a tangent, phonetic awareness, that is aware of the letter-sound relationship. Phonological awareness is a superordinate category, covers a range of understanding related to sounds, words, and word parts, and it's one of those words they had to make up a big-sounding word, and they did. There you see a wonderful preschool or kindergarten classroom, children learning by doing. It looks like they're playing, and playing is how young children learn. These activities can be found and more in Appendix C of my book, Teaching Reading and Writing.